He's out on bail. He's fresh out of jail. Billy McFarland is festival dreaming. I do my job. You don't do yours. All right. Hey, welcome to Money and Cakes, where we're taking a seriously harder look at whatever crosses our feed, current events and life in general. Yes, and today, it's not the biggest story about.
Yeah.
But we got Billy McFarland. Like I said, he's back on the scene, and he's trying to do some things. So who's Billy McFarland?
So Billy McFarland.
Oh, hold on, we forgot about our friends. Did we need to introduce these guys?
Yeah, we should.
Yeah, that happened.
That's kind of rude.
It's Money and Cakes and Friends. Alpha Amanda over there, and Janji. The most clever nickname ever given to
We're
a
going
person.
with Janji?
Is the most clever nickname, Janji. Asked how she got it,
It's
and
like Jumanji.
the story is she was at the bar and just said, "Ooh, there is an origin story." Okay, Janji.
Is it censored?
It's not for polite company.
Oh,
Yeah.
my goodness.
That's not seriously something. Tell us after the show.
Seriously censored.
Yeah, for the uncensored show.
Yeah, there you go.
We're talking Billy McFarland. Back in the news, doing things. Who is he, Gary G.
So
Money?
Billy McFarland is known for the creator of the Fyre Festival, the biggest, best festival.
Most successful.
Well, I wouldn't go that far.
Oh, no?
I wouldn't go that far. But the
Notorious.
biggest, festival to never happen. Well, in a sense, it kind of did happen because people showed up for it, but no music artists, no amenities, nothing promised, and it was such a big flop. It had, 2 documentaries at the same time.
Yeah.
You had Netflix and you had, was it Hulu?
Hulu.
Hulu had one. And both are awesome because they're 2 different perspectives of the same catastrophe.
Who needs amenities when you have a beach and you can just poo there and just dig a hole, poo, cover it up? Good to go. Go out into the ocean, natural bidet. It's salty.
That's the thing,
It's salty.
though.
Perfect.
These were kids of very wealthy people.
Kids of means.
You know, they don't have bidets. They have someone wipe for them.
Got it.
You know what I mean? They get up and it's like Coming to America style. They're like bend over. Ooh, you were chunky this time. Like they were in there.
Had some peanuts.
So imagine them getting to a festival that doesn't even have enough porta potties. You know what I mean? So for anyone that's watching this, if you haven't seen the 2 documentaries about the Fyre Festival, look them up.
Fyre, F-Y-R-E.
Yeah,
Yep.
F-Y-R-E. Because it was,
things.
I don't even remember when it really happened. Like, I don't remember seeing it on the news. I know it was a big deal.
I remember
MTV was reporting about it. I guess I'm not in it. I wasn't in with the cool kids. I don't remember when it happened.
And remember, he had other things before that, too. Remember,
Yeah,
he had,
he had
his
his-
credit card thing, his exclusive little, credit card club,
Did
whatever
that
it
work?
was. No.
Yes, yeah, he had his other ventures too before the Fyre Festival was going to be the big one. Kind of admired his hustle
For sure.
and ability to create these. Like I really did. I was like, man, he's a visionary. He doesn't know how to execute.
Well, who was backing him? He had to have money to rent
He
out.
got
his
rich
thing.
people to back him.
He got
Do you think that
investors.
rich people be like, hey, we'll give you more porta potties.
Well,
or
the thing is, so
something.
they were giving him money, thinking he was going to do what he said he did.
Nah, he went.
And he
party.
he wanted to rush it. They literally told him, I don't know the exact timeline, but they told him what you're trying to do, you can't do it in this timeline. You can't do it in like 6 months. You need like a year and a half. Most festivals, the big ones, Burning Man, all them, by the time they're doing it, they're already working on the next one.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's like a new release of a product. They need that much time to plan these. He was like, no, I was doing it in 3 months.
Well, and he was trying to do something so different from those 2. So he needed the planning.
Yeah, he's trying to do bigger, and I mean, he was trying to go off the wall. And that's like I admire him for the entrepreneur side of him. It's just that you got to take your time with it, and he wanted the money.
So when is his next festival that he's
Well,
planning?
so that's the thing.
I
So
wanna know.
his
So
biggest
first he was sentenced to 6 years in prison for wire fraud.
yeah.
And then did 4. And now he's back hustling Again.
He saw so. And the biggest thing is he was taking that money he was getting. It wasn't going to the festival. He was living the lavish lifestyle with that money. You know, he had
his
penthouse,
pad in New
he
York
had
with all the
toys.
people coming over all the time.
He had all this stuff. So yeah, he served
Gives
some
me an
time.
idea.
Towards a festival, then he wouldn't have had jail time then. Because if it would have went towards a festival,
Oh, you would think.
then
Yeah, he might
Then it
have
was
actually
just-
had a festival.
Yeah,
Yeah,
then
oh,
or it would have
yeah.
just been
There's
a
the
shamble of
problem.
one, but
Yeah.
it maybe
Yeah.
wouldn't have been fraud and all the
they
other
would have
stuff.
8 porta potties instead
Well,
of 5.
and he was like telling celebrities, hey, if you market this on your Instagram or whatever.
He paid
you know,
him. He paid him to market it,
Yeah.
and it never happened.
Yeah.
You know, they made a whole video about it. It never happened. But he actually had, I don't know if we should still say he's a celebrity, but he had a celebrity tie, which was
Ja Rule.
Mr. Rule. Yeah. So you know, I guess Ja Rule is a big enough name for him to get hyped up and be like, we got Ja Rule, you know, not sponsoring it, but including in this.
Mm-hmm.
Did he
You
show
know?
up to the festival, Ja Rule?
Oh, he was there.
I think he did show up to the island.
He did.
And then he was one of those many that try to escape as soon as they can. And they
He
started
just showed up
going
and,
to crap.
porta potties
He's
only,
like, I'm
and
going to Jeffrey Epstein's. I'm out.
Right? He's like, I gotta go, man.
He's right next door.
Toilets over
I
there.
gotta go.
I'm out.
He's
So-
got hose. He's got
Yeah.
drinks. I'm going over here.
So the big news
He's
is
got
though.
hose and hose. I'm out.
So the big news is now that he's out of prison. He served 4 of his 6 years. I hate this, lack for a better word, or what's the term? Lack
for a better
For
word.
lack of a better word.
For lack of a better word. He's out there scheming again.
Yeah.
He's
Probably.
back at it.
He's probably been scheming while he's in there. He's probably learning stuff.
He had 3 festivals in jail that we'd never heard of.
Yeah.
And they probably were the shit
They
too.
were jail
you know?
festivals. We got like 3. What is
You
it
know?
called? They make the alcohol in the
Toilet
toilet
wine.
bowl.
Oh
Yes,
my
we
God!
three
You got toilet
wine.
punch bowls. and
Toilet
stuff.
wine.
He probably had all
It
the
was the
fellas
best
happy
bubble
as
he ever
hell. You
threw
know what I
in the
mean?
jail.
Come to cell block D.
I'm telling you, it probably was a good time
It's
in
gonna
jail.
cost you 2 packs of top ramen, a case of cigarettes.
Yeah.
That was
and a
his
toothbrush.
motivation,
And some Skittles.
right? But he's back at it again. But the thing is, I honestly think he's learned. I might eat my words.
I don't think so.
I think he's learned.
Well, do you think people are going to trust him?
No investors. Well, okay. So this is the thing. You got to think about it this way. He might get sponsored by like Red Bull because they're gonna be like, either way, if it bombs or not bombs, our name is on it. They don't care what they advertise on half the time.
Other people think that way.
They advertise on drug addicted skateboarders and stuff. They don't care. It's Red Bull. So
Gives you
I'm
wings.
sure, yeah, I'm sure he's still
And
going to get
cocaine.
sponsorship because his name is now big. 2 documentaries, served 4 years in prison,
And he
Immediately-
learned from it.
Oh, I think
He's
he
going to
learned
take
in
the
prison.
lessons
I
learned.
think he did.
He's in the article. It says he's going to take the lessons learned and apply it. So new festival,
he's
other
gonna do
things in the
better.
works. So these festivals often turn to poo.
Literally.
Literally. I
Literally.
think that's the thing. What are some other ones? What are some other festival documentaries you watched? Didn't that happen with one?
Gary and I watched the same one.
Yeah, Woodstock 99. Year I graduated. That's too much information. I shouldn't have said it. Year I graduated. Woodstock 99. And yeah, it was like just a huge catastrophe. Again, it was them reaching for the stars, but not fully preparing for the carnage that can happen. And I think their biggest thing was they didn't have enough security to handle the crowd.
Well, they didn't think that many people were going to show up. Like,
Well,
really?
they sold tickets.
They
sold
oversold.
tickets.
No, you
They
know how many people are exactly
oversold.
are showing up because you sold this many tickets.
But they oversold.
Well, they
is what
also
they did.
knew that they were doing stuff like the money that was involved was cutting out stuff like don't do that, because they wanted their profit margin to be higher.
Got
so
it.
They were purposely
Greed. That's not what Woodstock was about. That's where they messed up, man. They took the spirit.
But you got to have
Wasn't
some
about
trying to do the
greed.
spirit. They were trying to do the fun and the money. They weren't
money.
trying to
And-
do the
and it
spirit.
really was about money.
And the water was not free. It was 95 degrees out for
It was
most of the
hot.
time.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they were selling water for like $12, $15
It was
a
ridiculous.
People
bottle.
were totally sober.
yeah.
That was the other problem.
That they
They
were.
were all sober.
That they were.
That was
The only
other
good thing
problem.
about Woodstock 99, they actually had
Oh,
There's a bug.
Oh
It's
man,
a- oh, it's one of them-
I thought I was getting attacked.
it's one of them crane flies.
They actually had a artist, but the thing is one of the things they didn't vet the artists, so they booked all these rock artists that didn't realize that these kids were coming for these artists that when they put on a show, they put on a show.
Yeah.
And I believe they started off with was it Fred Durst?
He was in there, yeah. I think
I
he
don't
was like
know who
day
this-
2. He was like on the Saturday.
I don't know. Whoever they started off with,
Kid
I mean,
Rock.
it
Kid
was
Rock
like
was there.
high energy bands.
Yeah.
But they're rock bands.
And these
There's
kids are
not
probably
Woodstock
looking for,
all like play a little
festival-
guitar and everyone sings along. These are rock bands. I mean, they had
And that's like mosh pit.
Yeah.
People get
Exactly.
hurt when you're at like a
Exactly.
stadium, let alone in a muddy ass field.
and that's what it was.
That's what it
I mean,
was.
they didn't realize that these bands they do mosh pits. People are fighting each other in the crowd. They're getting
Yeah.
hyped up.
And then you go to crowd surf, and then you get
Exactly.
dumped.
Exactly.
Well,
So they
yeah.
didn't vet 'em.
People
I
were
mean-
getting people in the mosh pit.
Can't say that word.
Yeah, we're trying to stay
Oh.
away from the R, the hard
were-
R.
They were having.
You
a
can put a G
non-family
before it.
friendly
Apparently
fun
it's okay.
time.
Great.
Mosh pit.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Apparently.
the thing is like it was way more than they expected because of the energy level of these kids and what they were used to. I mean, think about it. These bands were selling out venues that were, yay size, and then they get to this Woodstock that's like this size. And they're amping this up because they're feeling this energy for the first time themselves.
Yeah.
So they were excited.
There was another festival that happened this year. I believe it was in Australia, and it was Splendor in the Grass. And I remember seeing TikToks about this, about how bad it was. And this is the title. It says Splendor in the Grass 2022, Bus Chaos, Noxious Mud, and Public Urination at an unbelievably awful time. So, you get all these... and
Slogan, and then people bought tickets.
under promise, over deliver. There was no public urination. That's what I paid for, man.
Damn it.
Jeez, Angie.
So-
Janji. Is that where it comes from? My goodness, we're going to
So-
find out.
Us being adults that have been around the moon a few times, think about all the concerts you've been to. Like one that sticks out for me is Summer Jam because that's a local one. It wasn't even that big, but people are still pissing outside of porta potties. As soon as you see a line,
the shower stall.
Yeah.
I waited an hour
That's
and
okay.
a half in line to get a shower for the women's shower. I get into the
believe.
shower stall, and there's a pile of poo in the corner. And then I'm like, all right, I got my flip flops on. So
Money's
it's
like,
fine.
sorry.
And then I'm like standing there, and there's an open trench where like the water's flowing through. I
Right.
see turds just floating down as I'm trying to shower. I'm like, I'm out. I was
like they're like
18.
salmon going
I
upstream.
was 18. I can only imagine now. I'd be like, oh my God, I can't.
Salmon going
Upstream. Poo.
This is my thing, though.
Everywhere.
If the
was
poo
so
is
gross.
running off the pile, that means they were purposely going to the corner and just adding to
Yes.
the pile.
That actually
No.
sounds smart.
Well,
Animals go in the corner.
Well, we're
they
animals.
were animals.
Yeah.
at this
Animals,
point
you
in
dirty
time.
animals.
I'm like,
And
oh my God. But
when
I
you got liquor involved, you got music involved, you have 3 porta
Other
potties to
drugs
1,000 people
Sure.
in line.
Ew.
You're gonna do some pooping.
Yeah, do it in
You're out
the
in the woods.
do it in the trench where it
Ish.
floats down the thing. Don't put it in the corner.
This is another reason why.
Well, someone
I'm just
went
saying, I
there,
don't go
and then
to these.
another person went there, and then people started thinking that's where you go.
Well, I was so embarrassed to walk
Like
out. So I'm like,
lemons?
okay, I'm walking out of the shower stall. Now there's a turd in the corner. So I had to
should
let the person know.
be proud.
I'm like, it's not my turd. It's not my turd. And also, I like put my
You
towel
said
over
that?
my head. Oh yeah, I did. Put my towel over my head and I ran out, whole ass naked. I don't even care. I'm like, don't look at my face. Don't look at my face.
It wasn't my turn, I
What is?
swear.
It's like what they said with the Woodstock '99. Like all the water ended up being contaminated with poo.
Weird.
Like all the free water that wasn't in a bottle, all had
Yeah.
poo. But then
They had, like,
then
wash stations.
as they're like talking about it, they're showing clips of like kids like body surfing in what they thought was mud,
No.
but it was poo mud.
And so these kids are in like a field with manure.
And just because poo was running out of these porta potties
Yeah,
and
Oh,
they
they
were
weren't
breaking
cleaning them.
and they
They weren't
weren't
cleaning
they weren't
them.
cleaning them.
Yeah.
They
just
they had
poked
a
a
lot of
hole in
people
the back
leaving.
door.
'Cause
There was
we're talking
trash
about,
everywhere,
was it
too.
3 or 4 day festival? So
I
like
wanna
they
say it
said
was
by
4.
like day 3, I mean just reeked of
Yeah, it was reeked
manure.
everywhere.
Human feces.
I don't think I would go to
Interesting,
another
interesting.
concert
No, we got
like that.
to. We got to go to one now.
No,
Yeah, we
Okay,
No,
do.
we don't.
we're bringing a
Whatever
camper
this
to
guy's
so that
next
we can
festival
shower
is,
in our own camper without
we'll do
pooping
it.
Well, if
I'm
we get a
bringing my own
camper, I'm
Depends.
gonna poop in the corner of the camper. Just
We
so
got
that
some
can have the
Depends in
festival
there.
feeling.
just saying. I
This
peed.
doesn't feel like a festival. It's too clean in here. Janji, go poo in the
Janji,
corner.
I got this.
I'm just telling you right now.
Yeah,
I
that
peed
part.
in Depends before. I'm bringing my own 12-pack. Like I'll bring my own Depends.
We don't pee in public,
I have my
that's
own bathroom
fine.
on
Yeah.
me. I never pooped in one. And I'm
That'll
pretty
be
sure
his
that's not gonna be a
festival
great feeling.
outfit. He's gonna go to the what is it? Is it
Just some
EDC?
Depends.
And he's just gonna have diaper on. It's like
I'm gonna be a lot more comfortable than a lot of people there.
gz,
That's for sure.
Just pick up line.
Yeah,
I
as
got
soon as
my
they
own
see me stop.
Depends.
Concentrate. Concentrate.
You can almost smell. You can almost smell these stories, though, right? When you're watching the Woodstock, I was like, "Ooh, I can
Yeah.
smell that." through
Especially
my
when they're
TV.
splashing around in it. I mean, it's But we digress.
No,
Yeah.
back to the subject.
I think he's learned his lesson,
Yeah.
and I think he's probably going to make. Honestly, he might make the best festival ever because.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he already did the one in jail.
Well, he doesn't.
So
The
he
thing is, he
knows how
doesn't
to
even need
throw
to
it
plan it.
now.
He just needs to put his name on it. If he just says, "I'm doing this festival," and then hire someone else to do it,
And called the Learn My Lesson Festival.
He's had plenty of
Everything I
time.
should have
learn
done.
my lesson.
He's had
Yes,
4
I'm
years,
like,
right?
I'm gonna do it
I'm
right
telling
this
you,
time.
he was with the boys. Just
It's gonna be
down on the
Fire Fest
I'm
Redux.
trademarking that right now. If he
So-
calls it Learn My Lesson Festival, then I get a kickback.
So he's been in prison for 4 years.
4
Yes?
years.
Yep.
So like white collar prison, I'm guessing.
Probably.
Probably.
So he's been in there with all these other people that
Did
have
tax
been
fraud.
scheming and know how to scheme. He's learned how to scheme even
You
more
think
now.
he's gonna be even scheming?
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Like top notch scheming.
Yeah.
He's
Learn
had
my
4 years
lesson
to
on how
learn.
Wolf
make
of
more
Wall
money and
Street
do less
scheming.
work.
Exactly.
Maybe.
And he's got all these other guys that are like, I'm gonna be out next month, so hit me up and we're gonna plan some stuff.
I tell you right now,
That's
Billy.
security.
You host this festival and send me a free ticket. I'll go. I'll start
show
the
up,
poop
too.
pile.
Do you want a mud ruffle?
I'll just be in the corner as soon as I walk in. Mm.
Right.
First,
I'll be number 2.
Nice.
I like what you did there.
You'll like what I did there. Trust me.
Oh my goodness.
Jesus
I'm like, why is it so nutty? It's connected.
It's gonna cover his
I had
up.
to
He'll
let
be
him
jealous.
shoes.
Janji's just there tossing nuts.
Just tossing nuts. Like, why she have all those bags of corn nuts on the way there?
And Money's going, oh, she covered mine up. No one can see the
Exactly.
magnificence.
I know. And it's so
Have
nutty.
to spend the next 6 hours brewing the next
The
one.
magnificence.
Wow, this has gone downhill.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think it's
Good
coming
thing
back
we're
up.
classing it up for you.
I don't think it's
Sorry.
coming back.
Yeah.
The fact that we offended Cakes, that's you know what I mean? He's just like, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
We gotta rename this to the Poopcast.
Everything
Poopcast.
comes back to poop.
Welcome to the Poocast.
This happened last time I was on here too. We were talking about poo.
Janji. man.
Janji.
This
Janji.
Something about
Circle
it.
of
You would try.
poo.
Blame it on Gingy.
Blame it on me.
Blame it on the
Sorry,
Janji.
guys.
Janji.
My bad.
I really, really want to know where that name came from. I'm dying to know.
That's for another show.
We gotta save
That's
it.
for the after hours show.
Well, anywho,
It's not
festival at your own risk, fellas and ladies.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I think we should do it. I think we should go.
So do you want to take us out with some like wise words of wisdom?
Well, I ain't going to the Bahamas. I ain't spending no money on this stupid stuff.
No?
I got your
No.
ticket.
I'll do it in
Let
VR.
me know.
Do it in
Well, then
VR.
I'll close this out.
You can smell it in VR too.
Billy.
You already did this.
But now I'm being super sincere.
Okay, got it. Go for it.
Billy. Money speaking to you. We will love free tickets to the new festival. That's all I got.
Okay.
That's all I got. But for everyone watching, check out both documentaries. Netflix, I need money for this promo. Hulu, send that check too. Check it out because it's worth it. It's actually really entertaining.
It is.
But while you're doing all that, make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe. What else is there? Is that it?
That's it, man. I think you did it.
Send a check.
Peace and love and live your life.
All right.
Thank you
Okay.
to our guest,
Yeah, Janji and Alpha Amanda.
Yeah, and I think we're gonna go all poop together,
Yes.
like in
Okay.
a trough style.
I already
Don't
started
threaten
it
me
in your
with a good
bedroom,
time.
so.
For Pete's sake, we're out of here. I gotta hit it again.